WTVM News in HD, sponsored by Montlick & Associates. Call 1-800-LAW-NEED.
Now, in high definition, coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
We have shocking video to show you tonight of a police chase in Lee County, Alabama. Find out who police say was driving this car and why the suspect is now wanted in 2 states.
Plus, a Georgia man heads to court charged with felony destruction of an aircraft. We'll explain what he is accused of doing.
We're tracking a few showers through the valley this Thursday evening, but what can we expect for your weekend? I'll have that full forecast coming up.
And good evening. Thanks so much for joining us on News Leader 9 at 6. I'm Jason Dennis.
And I'm Barbara Gauthier. Well, topping our news tonight, we have new video to show you of a wanted man running from police and crashing into a van carrying a family of 5. Take a look.
Wow. Well, yesterday we showed you dashboard camera video of the same man escaping from authorities in a chase in Harris County. Today, a Lee County resident sent us this video of Heath Holloway when he ran from deputies last month. Holloway is wanted by authorities in Georgia and Alabama, and he continues to evade their efforts to capture him.
News Leader 9's Dante Renzulli will have much more on this story and a full report at 11. Now, we obtained this surveillance video with help from the Neighborhood Watchers group on our Facebook page.
The FBI has taken over a hate crime investigation at a business in Opelika. We're told both the state and the national NAACP are involved after the incident was reported to Opelika authorities. News Leader 9's Elizabeth White joins us now live from our East Alabama newsroom with what we now know about this case.
Well, Jason, a woman who works in the front office of Semi-Young Gen High Tech here on Williamson Avenue tells me it was just a big misunderstanding. She says Wednesday morning around 11 o'clock, police responded to the business in reference to a possible hate crime at the location. Police will not release details about the incident. However, the woman who works in the office told me it had to do with some ropes hanging up in the warehouse. She says the ropes were used to hold doors open and were installed by the previous owner of the building. However, a viewer emailed us saying the ropes were nooses and that African American employees were being targeted by racism. An FBI spokesperson out of Mobile said he could neither confirm nor deny they were involved in a hate crime investigation. Opelika Police Department says the FBI is handling this investigation. Now tonight we are still waiting to see if Opelika Police will make a comment. We also do have a call into the state's NAACP chapter and other authorities possibly involved with this investigation. And of course, as more information becomes available, we will share it with you. Reporting in East Alabama, Elizabeth White, WTVM News Leader 9.
We're tracking those showers here across the valley. You do see going through Harris County down into Muskogee, picking up a few showers. I don't think many thunderstorms with this, as I'm not picking up a lot of lightning on the radar. So just your typical summertime shower across the area. Zooming in a little bit, Harris into Talbot, over into Upson County, looking at those showers, and they are moving east as you saw. So other areas across the Georgia counties will be picking up the showers too. Back in Tallapoosa, they had a shower too. So we're just watching it, and we could see a few sprinkles across the rest of the area, so just have that umbrella handy if you're headed out for any plans on your Thursday night. 82 right now in Columbus, 87 in Dothan, 75 in Auburn. Very mild temperatures. We're below average for this time of year in terms of our high temperatures, and tonight, breaking it down for you, we do see partly cloudy skies and temperatures cooling down into the lower 70s by bedtime. But coming up a little bit later in the show, I have a full check of that 7-day forecast.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you. Well, each year more than 2 million burglaries are reported to law enforcement agencies, and all new at 6 tonight, nearly a dozen just this week have Phoenix City Police warning residents that many of these crimes are preventable. News Leader 9's Tyrone McCoy joins us now with what police say you can do to avoid being hit. Tyrone?
Barbara, the Phoenix City Police Department took to their Facebook page to offer 6 tips that could help residents avoid their homes being hit by burglars. Police say it's imperative to always check your locks, secure obvious entrances, make your place look occupied, ditch the hidden key, and consider getting an alarm, as well as assuming that the burglar will always come back. Now, statistics show that 76% of burglars return within 30 days to attempt another hit. Police say taking these steps could help burglars steer clear of your home. In the studio, Tyrone McCoy, WTVM News Leader 9. Back to you, Jason.
Well, some good tips there. Thank you, Tyrone. The new Martin Army Hospital is nearly finished and is on schedule to open in mid-November. In this developing story tonight, the workers broke ground on the hospital nearly 2 years ago on Fort Benning. We're told the project was 94% complete back on May 30th. Newsletter 9's Sarah Lim spoke with hospital officials today to bring us the very latest on this new facility. Sarah joins us now live in our newsroom with the details. Sarah?
That's right, Jason. The new Martin Army Community Hospital is looking to open their facility and to see their first patient on November 17th of this fall. Terry Beckwith from Martin Army Hospital says the team is especially excited about the hospital's new pharmacy. It has a new drop-off service and patients will be able to get their medicines quickly without having to wait in long lines. Beckwith says new equipment, furniture, and MRI machines are being shipped and delivered to the new facility this week.
We're opening up about 25,000 slots so that our patients can re-enroll to the hospital and get their health care all in one place. The new facility is going to be 745,000 square feet.
Now, the old hospital was only 350,000 square feet. Beckwith says the new facility will also have a visitors parking lot with about 950 spaces, as well as a separate staff parking garage with about 1,000 spaces. The hospital is looking to hire about 300 more people this year to cut down on waiting time and to provide better service. Beckwith says the team is talking with the Veterans Administration to possibly add a veterans clinic in the hospital. Now, if approved, those veterans who have to travel to Tuskegee or Atlanta will be able to get their outpatient care and emergency care locally without having to travel so far. Just visit our website at WTVM.com and click on the full story for more details. In the newsroom, I'm Sarah Lim for WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, Sarah, thank you. A Talbot County man says he was protecting his poultry. Now he's facing felony charges and decades behind bars. 59-year-old James Fryer is accused of shooting at a State Patrol helicopter as they search for drugs in the area. Newsletter 9's Brittany Dion just returned from Fryer's home. She joins us now in studio with what police say they found when searching his home.
Well, that's right, Barbara. This is the affidavit filed with the federal courts that details what happened yesterday morning when 59-year-old James Fryer allegedly tried to shoot down a state chopper. Now, the chopper seen right here is part of Governor Nathan Deal's Marijuana Eradication Task Force, which was conducting air operations in Talbot County when the incident occurred. A Georgia State Patrol trooper on board reports hearing 3 shots. The trooper reports seeing Fryer on the ground pointing a gun towards them. Now, investigators report once arriving at Fryer's home, they found a 12-gauge shotgun, 3 used shells, and a small amount of a substance that could possibly be marijuana. Now, authorities report the chopper sustained damage to both of the main rotors. Fryer told police he did not shoot at the helicopter, but in the air because it was aggravating his poultry when it was hovering over his home. Now, if convicted, Fryer faces up to 20 years in prison and fines. More details will be posted on our website at WTVM.com after this newscast. Back to you, Barbara.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Well, tonight, the Auburn family is mourning the loss of Johnny Richmond, known as Mr. Penny to the thousands of families he befriended during his 37-year career as a custodian and crossing guard at Dean Road Elementary.
Mr. Penny passed away in his sleep last night around 8:30 at his home. It's unknown if the cause of death was associated with a self-inflicted gunshot wound he survived back in 2012. Over the years, we've done several stories with Mr. Penny, known as Auburn's #1 superfan.
And tonight, we honor him through his words and the words of those that loved him best, the children of Dean Road.
Never had a kid had an accident since I've been out there, and I've been there for 30 years almost. And these kids, they are my heart.
He's a very joyful person, and he can always make you happy even when you're sad.
He's a great man. He loves Auburn.
He's a great godly man. I think he deserves to do almost anything that he really wants to do.
Well, Mr. Penny was the Auburn University Tigers' #1 football fan, as you heard. He was known for doing thousands of push-ups each day.
And when the Tigers played well, Penny push-ups would pump up fans in the student section at game time. Peterson Williams Funeral Home in Opelika will handle the memorial services. We are still waiting on the details on that.
Well, coming up here on the News at 6, Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl will soon be leaving a hospital in Germany. Find out when the released prisoner is expected to be back here in the U.S.
Plus, the Iraqi government is seeking America's help to fight off a group of militants. Find out what they're asking the U.S. to do right after the break.
And your stocks are in for today. The Dow Jones closing down right at 109 points. The NASDAQ was also down 34 points.
You're watching News Leader 9 with Barbara Gauthier, Jason Dennis, meteorologist Derek Kincaid, and Dave Platt with sports.
U.S. officials say Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl is on a U.S. military aircraft right now, returning to the United States. Bergdahl has been in a military hospital in Germany for nearly 2 weeks now, since being released from 5 years of Taliban captivity. And he is on his way to a military hospital now in San Antonio for continued rehabilitation. Bergdahl was released in exchange for 5 members of the Taliban detained at the U.S. military prison at Guantanamo Bay. The exchange has sparked controversy across the U.S. Critics say Bergdahl was a deserter.
Well, the Iraqi government is asking for American airstrikes to fight back al-Qaeda-inspired militants who are marching toward Baghdad right now. The Sunni Islamic fighters are taking control of several cities. The group, the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or ISIS, has already conquered Mosul and Tikrit and are now headed for the capital of Baghdad. The crisis is threatening to undo the 8 years of sacrifice American troops made in an attempt to stabilize the country.
I was talking to some of the guys I served with in Iraq, and they were heartbroken as well. Really feeling that a lot of what they had done and a lot of what I had done really just didn't matter.
U.S. troops pulled out of Iraq 2.5 years ago after the two nations failed to reach agreement that U.S. troops would not face the possibility of prosecution under Iraqi law. Now, Iraq's government is asking for U.S. help again in the mode of airstrikes on insurgent targets. So far, the White House has appeared unwilling to comply.
Well, as we head closer to the weekend, the weather is still pretty nice. We had a few showers kind of in and out through the area today.
Yeah, but lots of sunshine and in the high 80s, not the 90s just yet, but I know that's coming, right, Elizabeth?
That is coming. So we want everyone to help out our neighbors that can't afford that electricity or to run the air conditioner. All we have to do is bring in a fan to any of the 6 Skills Auto Sales location to be distributed to our needy neighbors. But coming up after the break, I'll have another look at the radar and the full 7-day forecast.
Weather coverage you can count on from Storm Team 9 and the area's only live Doppler 9.
Well, some really cool pictures coming from Florida. A storm came through last night, and a CNN reporter shot these really cool shots there. He was saying that the challenge was to stay safe because when you're out getting pictures of lightning, it can be kind of dangerous to be out in a thunderstorm. So remember that. These thunderstorms that come through far away, they're really cool because you can see the lightning far away. But if you can see the lightning, you are in danger. So we just want everyone to play it safe. Maybe just snap that picture from inside your house. But we did have rain come through here yesterday and a few thunderstorms, lots of lightning, kind of woke me up with the loud thunder. But you do see we had the Granthams picked up about 1/4 inch, as well as John Morgan, or over 1/2 inch from John Morgan there in Phoenix City. But you do see on the Georgia side, they didn't get as much rain last night because it fizzled out right when it kind of got to that Columbus line. In other areas, we had temperatures in the low 80s, so well below average across the area, and that'll be the same case for the rest of the week. But that estimated rainfall, you do see the Alabama side of our counties picked up the rainfall, but it fell apart as it got to the Georgia side. We picked up rain in Columbus, but that was about it for our Georgia counties yesterday, or last night. It was early this morning, about a little over 1/2 inch for most, up to 1 inch for some. Now, right now, a check of Doppler 9 radar shows a few showers across the area this evening, and that'll be the case for the rest of the night. Just these isolated showers, not really any thunderstorms with this, not much lightning being picked up on radar. And you do see our temperatures very mild right now, 82 in Columbus, 86 in Hurtsboro, 78 in Alexander City. They had a little more rain today, so their temperatures a little cooler than most across the valley. Over the next 24 hours, we will get down into the upper 60s once again, as we did last night, but we will see partly cloudy skies. Not much rain tonight for your overnight hours. We're going to keep it dry. And then tomorrow, we will warm up into the mid to upper 80s once again, so a little cooler for the next couple of days. And you do see on our temperature trend, we will be warming right back into the 90s as we head into next week, and we could see the low to mid 90s for parts of next week. So that heat is returning. But as we head into the end of this weekend and next week, those rain chances do go down. But remember, for the weekend, could see a few of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Just have that umbrella handy if any plans that you do have. Follow us on Facebook for more updates. All you have to do is search WTVM Weather and click that like button for more updates. Maybe you're going to the Cut Bait Festival. Well, just have that umbrella handy. Like I said, those scattered showers and thunderstorms you could run into. Temperatures in the 70s. And a check of that 7-day forecast shows just what I was saying, the warming up into the 90s, and then you do see that rain chances do drop as we head into next week.
And I'm excited about the cut bait. It's always really fun, and the weather looks like it's going to be pretty good. So.
And with the rain chances, it's kind of spotty.
Spotty. Not everyone will see rain, and we could get lucky here in Columbus, but just have the umbrella handy.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Coming up, the Columbus Lions are on the hunt for a home field advantage. We have a preview of Saturday's big game against the Nashville Venom. And Trey Mason, remember him? He's on the field this week for his first NFL OTA. We catch up with the former Auburn Tiger on how he's adjusting to playing with the pros.
Plus, thousands of people are on hand in Brazil. The 2014 World Cup is underway, probably more like millions. Stay with us. Sports with Kim Smith coming up next.
Now, from Sports Leader 9, Kim Smith.
The Lions are perfect at home. They have a 5-0 record at the Civic Center, and with the playoffs looming, they know getting home field advantage would be the perfect scenario. But they have to get past the league's best Nashville Venom on Saturday night. Nashville defeated the Lions on their turf 58-44. The Venom were also able to shut down the Lions' run game, keeping the league's leading rusher, Kendrick Perry, out of the end zone for the first time in 6 straight games. The Lions feel they are an entirely different team this time around as they prepare to face Nashville.
Totally different team. I mean, we made some roster changes, made some roster moves, and we're doing what we're supposed to. You need to get better as the season towards. You need to peak at a certain point, and all you got to do is get into the playoffs. That's all that matters. So at the beginning of the year, we were just kind of trying to figure out who we were, what kind of team we were. We ran through some issues. We've weeded things out, and now I think we're starting to mesh.
It's a big week for us. We need this. We got to play all 4 quarters this weekend, and I just feel I have a little grudge on my shoulder for this team also, so I'm just ready to play.
And for the former Auburn star Trey Mason, he used to be the big man on campus. Now he's simply the rookie on the team that's probably lugging around the veterans' shoulder pads. Mason busy this week in his new uniform with the St. Louis Rams at OTAs, all like the rookie, he's having to get a crash course in learning the NFL playbook.
You feel like, oh, we made it to the pros now and school's out, but it's pretty much back the same thing. You know, you're in the classroom here and you're learning more complicated terminology. So it's very long. The play is very long, but, you know, there's certain things that pertain to you.
And the Atlanta Braves offense not coming easy today and just a little late. Braves continue their series against the Colorado Rockies, and it looks reminiscent of last night. Top 8, Braves down 8. Jason Hayward singles deep to right off the fence, and Jordan Schaefer would score the first run for the Braves. And then it's B.J. Upton. He sends the long ball deep to left. B.J. picking up his 6th homer of the season. Hayward would score as well, but it's not enough, and it got a little chippy at the bottom of the 8th. David Carpenter tossed out for hitting Corey Dickerson on the last pitch, and Rockies manager Walt Weiss ejected as well. Braves lose this one 10-3. The first round of the U.S. Open golf tourney gets underway today at Pinehurst. On 14, Graham McDowell, U.S. Open champ at Pebble, with a beautiful approach shot. He gets this one to land about 4 feet from the cup. He would make the birdie to move to 2 under. McDowell now tied for 2nd. Kevin Na on 9. He makes the birdie putt. He moves to 2 under. Na now tied for 2nd as well, shooting a 68 on the day. And a lot was said about the difficulty of the greens at Pinehurst, but Brooks Koepka on 5 makes the eagle putt to move to 3 under. And how about former Auburn star Jason Duffner? Birdie 3 on the front 9, tied at 19, and Bubba Watson, he's not having a good day. Bogey 3 on the front 9, double bogey on 10. Martin Kamer right now has the lead through 16. And in Brazil, thousands of fans, probably like millions of fans out there, are on hand for the World Cup. You can see the overhead shot of fans making their way into the stadium earlier today for the opening match between the host Brazil and Croatia. Spain comes in as the reigning champ in 2010 in South Africa. Team USA will play on Monday in their first match against Ghana. And that's your sports. Back to you guys.
All right, go USA. Thanks, Kim.
All right, and Elizabeth had a final check of your forecast when we come back.